All right, so this next portion has to do with the vocabulary on page 68, which is basically vocabulary that has to do with nationalities. Your nationality or where you are from is considered an adjective, okay? And so it follows the rules of other adjectives. So once again, if an adjective ends in O, like Mexicano, all right, if you want to change it to the feminine, then you change the O to an A, so Mexicana, all right, so that would be Mexican, okay? Now, with nationalities, we do have a little something extra here because you have some, for example, Español, which is Spanish, Japonés, Japanese, Francés, French. Okay, so if somebody is from France or from Japan, okay, or from Spain, all right, these are all the masculine forms, all right? So you notice they don't end in O, okay? But unlike normal adjectives where if it ends in a different letter, it's the same for both, when it comes to nationalities, if you want to use the feminine form, then you actually add an A at the end. So, Española, a female from Spain. Japonesa, a Japanese woman. Francesa, okay, a French woman or a woman from France. All right. Now, a couple of other things, if I can find my marker. All right, we'll just have to use this one for now. Okay, a couple of other things. Remember that when it comes to talking about a group, so if you're talking about a group of Mexican men and women, okay, together, remember that we use the masculine form to talk about both genders together. Let me bring that up a little closer. Right there. So Mexicanos would be all Mexican people, okay? Because Espanol ends in the letter L, you add an ES, so Españoles, for all, if you're talking about all Spanish people, okay? Japonés es if you're talking about all Japanese people, okay? And francés es if you're talking about all French people. Now, because of the funniness of accents, when you make those plural, you take those off, okay? Now, before we move on to the final point, in this case then, because I often have students ask me about food and other yummy stuff like that, okay? The Spanish word for food, and I'm just going to grab another marker. The Spanish word for food is comida, okay? Because comida ends in the letter A, it is feminine. All right. So if you want to talk about a specific cuisine, all right, then your adjective needs to be feminine. Okay. So comida italiana would be Italian food. Comida mexicana would be Mexican food. Comida japonesa would be Japanese food, and so on and so forth. All right, so this will come in handy when you're describing things that you like to eat, or like, you know, restaurants that you like to go to. Oh, you know, me gusta comida japonesa. I like Japanese food. Okay, now, trying to remember. Nope. Okay, the last thing, all right, when it comes to this, and this will be important, all right, hint, hint, okay, in English, what do you call someone who is from the United States, okay, or a United States citizen? In English, we use the word American, okay? Now, in Spanish and in a couple of other languages, but this is a Spanish class. In Spanish, most people would think, oh, okay, so I'm Americano, all right? Or if you're a girl, Americana, all right? Just know that this is just a little bit offensive in Spanish, and because if you look at a map, America is actually the entire Western Hemisphere, which is divided into North America and South America. And people in other parts of the Western Hemisphere will often say, I have just as much right to call myself American as you, because everything from the North Pole down to, you know, almost Antarctica is America, okay? And so, there are two different things that a lot of people do when they speak Spanish, okay? Number one, sometimes people will refer to themselves as norte, and we're going to go with the masculine since that's the default form. Norte Americano, all right? What does Norte Americano mean? North American, because, yeah, you are from North America. Okay. Of course, the only issue with that is that there are other countries in North America besides the United States. For example, Canada. All right. So, you know, if you don't mind being confused with a Canadian, which is, by the way, canadiense, and it's part of your vocab, it's there on page 58. Okay. I'm sorry, 68. Page 68. Okay. Then I suppose you can go with, you know, Norteamericano or ladies Norteamericana. But in Spanish, we actually do have a word that means American citizen or United States citizen, and that is this word, estadounidense. Okay? For those of you that are U.S. citizens, that is your nationality in Espanol. Okay? Estadounidense. It comes from Estados Unidos, okay, which hopefully y'all know by now just means United States, okay? So if somebody asks you your nationality, all right, you say, soy estadounidense. There's no literal translation for this. I'm a United Stateser, okay, would be the closest. Obviously, that's just a made-up word in English. So I'm a United Stateser, or, you know, it's almost like saying I'm a United States citizen. So, soy estadounidense. So, for those of you that are U.S. citizens, that would be your nationality en español. Y, because it ends in the letter E, you don't have to worry about the gender. You could just, ladies, soy estadounidense. Gentlemen, soy estadounidense. All right? Okay, that's your vocabulary on page 68.